Mehmet Kasap, a lawyer representing the Pak Education and Science Employees Union, Pak Eğitim, stated that the union applied to the Council of State on Thursday regarding a recent circular sent to every governor's office by the Ministry of Education demanding that all operating university preparation schools known as dershanes be closed and announcing that the ministry will take legal action against those currently in operation. The circular, which demands the closure of the dershanes which continue to operate unlawfully, without undergoing a necessary transformation to become licensed as private educational courses, drew criticism from Kasap and Govan Preparatory Schools Owners Association, Govinder, Vice President IUP KLC. Stating that the circular has no legal basis, Kasap said, the ministry continues to engage in unlawful actions, now demanding the enforcement of a law that has been annulled by the Constitutional Court. This demand is unlawful, and district directors of national education who obey it will face criminal liability. KLC stressed that the dershanes will continue to operate, with no legal basis to prevent them from doing so. According to legal standards, licensed institutions cannot be prevented from operating before their licenses are revoked. The ministry failed to do this legally and are now trying to do this with a circular. They cannot claim to have revoked the licenses of these institutions, KLC stated. Parents of students at dershanes have criticized the ministry for having put forward a recent regulation prohibiting private educational courses from providing instruction in more than 3 subjects in a single building, requiring students to visit 3 separate facilities to attend 8 classes. We waited for a previous law ordering the closure of dershanes to be annulled for months, and it finally happened. We felt relieved. But now the ministry says, dershanes will be shut down, and private courses with 3 subjects will be opened. Who believes that this is practical? How does it make sense for child to take 3 classes in one building and 3 more at another? Safak S. A parent, asked, stressing that parents like himself no longer trust the ministry or the judicial system. Soon after the Constitutional Court announced its decision to annul the controversial law on July 13, the ministry adopted a new regulation in an attempt to bypass the top court's ruling. On August 7, Education Minister Nabi Avcı explained that current prep schools can continue to operate as private educational courses if they meet the requirements stipulated by the regulation and that those schools must obtain a new license from the ministry in order to operate. He continued, the classroom sizes of private educational courses, which must provide education in under 3 areas of science, math, science, and social science, must not exceed 16 students. Students will attend those courses according to their age group. Those prep courses that have not yet applied to convert to high schools must apply for a license in order to be considered a private educational course before September 1. Many critics have regarded the regulation as a means to impose a ban on institutions of education that are not pro-government. The Union of Active Educators, Aktif Eğitim Sen, also filed a criminal complaint against Avcı and Yusuf Tekin, the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Education, for refusing to implement a Council of State ruling to reinstate principals who were unlawfully demoted. A bill ordering the closure of dershanes proposed by the Justice and Development Party, AK Party, was passed in Parliament on March 7, 2014, and signed into law by then-President Abdullah Gül on March 12. The law was widely seen as an element of the AK Party's witch hunt against the Gülen movement, also known as the Hizmet movement, a civil society initiative inspired by Turkish Islamic scholar Fethullah Gülen that promotes education and interfaith dialogue. Gülen became the target of the AK Party following corruption investigations that were made public in December 2013, implicating senior members of government. Then Prime Minister and current President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan accused the movement of carrying out a plot to overthrow his government, a claim the movement has repeatedly denied.